Complete Bay Area news coverage starts right now. This is KTBU Channel 2 News at 5.
Watch your eyes.
Yeah, you don't see that every day. Demonstrators in San Francisco took a sledgehammer to a Diebold voting machine today to call for more transparency in the electoral process. The protesters say currently there's no way to verify the results of computer voting machines because the companies use proprietary technology to tally the votes. Earlier this year, California Secretary of State Deborah Bowen decertified both Diebold and Sequoia voting machines used in 21 counties because of security concerns.
Complete Bay Area news coverage starts right now. This is the 10 o'clock news on KTBU Channel 2.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Frank Somerville, filling in for Dennis Richmond.
And I'm Julie Hayner. Early voting is underway in San Francisco in anticipation of next Tuesday's election. But with the race for mayor all but a foregone conclusion and few other big issues on the ballot, will anyone turn out to vote? KTVU's Rob Roth reports now from City Hall.
Here in the basement of City Hall today, voters were already casting their ballots for San Francisco's November election.
If you don't vote, then you're part of the problem.
I'm a registered nurse, and I think it's important for us to be politically active.
But these folks appear to be in the minority. Voters in this election so far are in short supply. Since early voting began here 3 weeks ago, only about 700 people have cast ballots. That's about a third fewer than had voted here by this time 4 years ago, and less than half of those who had voted by this time in last November's election.
If this transfers out at the polls on Election Day, then this will be a less of a turnout that we've experienced in the last November's election and also probably in the last mayoral election.
San Francisco residents we spoke with say the lack of competitive races for mayor and district attorney coupled with no real hot-button ballot measures make it hard to find a reason to vote.
It is kind of a dull election. I mean, once again, you have everyone trying to bicker at someone else. No one's really standing up for anything.
Some election analysts say voter apathy could last beyond this year.
We're working very hard to keep interest alive in the community, to get people out to vote and convince people that they should vote.
For election officials, tabulating results will be more time-consuming than usual. The Secretary of State would not certify San Francisco's aging voting machine, so many ballots will have to be hand-counted. Because of the voting machines, the head of the Elections Department says it will take anywhere from 3 days to several weeks before he can announce winners and losers.
We'll have very few results on election night.
We must protect the vote.
In a bit of street theater outside City Hall this afternoon, a member of a group called the Open Voting Foundation smashed a voting machine to pieces. These folks say election results nationwide are not reliable because manufacturers of voting machines keep their software a secret, making it difficult to know if an election is rigged.
With the systems that are in use in California and around the country, the voter really has no way to verify how their vote's being counted.
But election officials say voting machines are tested for accuracy. The election in San Francisco is now 1 week away. In San Francisco, Rob Roth, KTVU, Channel 2 News.
This is ABC 7 News at 6.
Groups fighting for a reliable vote count on election night took their protest to the steps of San Francisco City Hall today. These protesters each paid $1 a head to smash a Diebold brand touchscreen voting machine. They say they want open source software which they can trust rather than the Diebold proprietary system. The San Francisco Election Integrity League, as it calls itself, helped organize the event.
I want to acknowledge all the people here today for fighting for a proper vote count. Thanks to the great city and county of San Francisco for their leadership in the battle for transparency in election systems. And thanks to our Board of Supervisors here in San Francisco. We're the front line of the open source, open voting movement.
Diebold insists touchscreen voting is reliable and an improvement over punch card ballots. I think that one machine will not be around on Election Day.
Indeed, it will not.